Hey everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations. Welcome to #PaperStashsmash. I am excited to share with you the papers that I have smashed for the month of October. I think you guys are going to love them. So I'm going to start with this collection because this one I actually already did a video on, a full walkthrough of everything that I did. This was actually an extra collection that I added to this because I got through the other ones so quickly and I really wanted to use this paper, and there was a couple projects that I really wanted to do. So again, there's a video that I went through all of this in detail that I will link down below for you, but it's using Authentique's Twilight. I made a fabulous photo box. I made this cute little box that has these darling little box envelopes made with Elizabeth Craft Designs dies. It holds 4 of them, just super cute. I also made, let's talk about this. This is a stationery set that I first saw with Carolina's Crafts, and she was inspired by treasure books, and I made my own set. So it has an ephemera pocket, a bookmark with a bookmark pocket, a larger journal, a smaller journal, and then I added this beaded pen that I had made a while ago and haven't really done anything with, but I thought it just matched fantastically with it. I also went to Daiso and made these cute little notebooks. These are called word card books, and they come in 3 different sizes. Here's the smallest size. Found them again at Daiso, and I saw them and I was like, oh, I could make something with those. So I made these cute little notebooks, and all I did was use scraps when I was done, decorated with buttons. I did switch out the plastic ring for a metal one, added some ribbon, and then look at this cute little kettle, or cauldron I should say, from Michael's. I found it at the very beginning of the season, and they were in a package of like 6, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? This was perfect. I made a charm out of it, and I just looped it through the book ring and then put a Tim Holtz bobble in it. It snapped in perfectly, so it is going nowhere, and made this cute little witch's cauldron to go with the design. So I thought it was really fun. But look at this little notebook. It's super cute. Just really adorable and fun. So I made 2 of those, and each of them have their own little witch's kettle. Okay, so I did that, and then I also made a junk journal, and I do have a tutorial for this particular style pamphlet junk journal, and it was one of my recent design team projects, but I will link that below too so you can see the tutorial. And then in the video on these products, on these things that I made, I have all the links to all of the tutorials. I have them down below too, but I go through that everything in great detail, so please go check out that video as well. I kind of got on a caddy kick this time, so I did make some caddies. Now I started off with one, I'll show you that in a minute. This is another addition to my stash smash. So I used the papers Hocus Pocus. It was a partial paper collection that I had, and I wanted to use it up. I even used part of the title page here for that, but this thing was in 2015, so it's 10 years old. It was time to get it out of my stash. And I also used up 4 labels that I had from Recollections, so I got rid of that as well. But those 2 things I used up. This was another, like I said, an addition, but it's this cute little caddy, and this is by Strawberryz, and she had a recipe caddy, and then she showed how to make it into kind of a double-sided caddy. So what I ended up doing was making this, and there's pockets on the ends. There's 2 pockets here and here, and I filled it up. It's all pattern paper. There's no cardstock. You make this cute little caddy, and then I did things like I made recipe cards out of it. I thought witch's kitchen, right? So I used some of the pattern papers that were left over and made that. I did one that is a trifold this way, and I just used index cards from the Dollar Tree to do this. And then I also took some Dollar Tree composition books and used some scraps to make little notebooks. So that's on the side. And then let's see, on the inside, on each side, you also have a couple dividers. And then I put in some of the paper collection cut aparts, but I put recipe card pieces on the backs of them, so you can totally, write on these your recipes. Okay, so I'll just kind of go through these really fast, but there are several in each pocket. Okay, so I just use the cut aparts for this, and it's a perfect size. I'm going to put a link down below. I did have this pen that I had made a while ago, and I decided that, you know, if it's a recipe box and you need to write recipes, then you need to have, you know, a pen. So on the other side here, we have kind of the same thing. So I did make out of a strip, a little mini recipe fold out, and then you have one that goes this way. And here's the labels from Michael's that I was able to use up, which was nice. And then this side also has another notebook, just using scraps. And then I'll show you the cards that are on this side. So we'll just go through real quick. I'll flip them over. We got dividers, we've got recipe cards. So lots of opportunity to have like your Halloween recipes in here. I thought that was really fun. I really like this tutorial. It was really easy to put together. Then let's see, there's side pockets. So hopefully you can see the side pockets. And in those side pockets, I made, because I had little cut aparts left over from the recipe cards, I just made a little notebook. And the funny thing too is that I made these before I saw the little notebooks from Daiso too. So there you go. And I just used stickers and little scraps to make these notebooks. And then in each side, I decided that if it was a witch's kitchen caddy with recipes, then you needed some ingredients. So I went through my stash, and I got my plastic bag out. I made a bag topper, and then I was gifted these beautiful Halloween wax seals couple years ago, and so I decided to use those on there. And then inside I've got this little bottle. This one says Wool of Bat Magic. I got a bone. I've got a little devil ghost. There's a cat in here, a little button, and a pumpkin. And then there's a bat and things like that. So I just kind of made like a little ingredient packet, which I thought was kind of cute. And I'll show you the other side too. In this side, I have just a tag, and I put a tassel that I had made a while ago. Thought it would match with the collection. So I put a tag in there, and then another packet of ingredients with the little ghost and the bone and spider web, and there's a little bat. And this one has trimmed spider hair in it. So I just thought that was kind of a fun little thing. So that was the caddy that I made with that. And again, that was by Pink Strawberryz. So next up, I wanted to use my Creeping It Real collection, and I was able to do a couple really fun things with that. So one of the things that I did was a prototype to one of my design team albums, and so I'm going to link this one down below so you can see it. Really fun. It's just held together with this beautiful ribbon, and it's a do-si-do album, and it has lots and lots of room for opportunities for photos. We have 4 different waterfalls, lots of pockets. We have lots of flips here with photo mats and things, and then we have some waterfalls that go up and waterfalls that go down. And then when it turns over, it goes like this, and again you have more waterfalls. Isn't this paper pretty? I love it. But this was my prototype, so I wanted to share this with you, and I do have a tutorial for this. Again, I will link that down below, that I did for a design team project. So I was super happy with how that turned out. I just love these little ghosts with the floral sheets on. They're just so cute. Aren't they cute? And then I also went ahead and made this. This is by our own Debbie Alley of Project 39 mini albums, and she did this Folio mini album. Again, I will link that down below, but I had to make this. This was the first thing I made with that paper collection because it was perfect. Layered the chipboard here, and then it opens up, and it opens up again, and it opens up again, and you have this cute waterfall with all the little ghosties on it in my spooky era. And the bottom of that magnet piece, I put that sticker there, so that was cute. And then I added this little paper pocket, and I put some little ephemera pieces in it, a little tag, and some stickers backed on cardstock, things like that. And then in here, there's a little booklet, spell book, and I mean, is that not adorable or what? It was such a cute, fun, easy folio to put together, guys. You got to go check that out. I will have that linked down below as well. I know it opens. There it is. Okay. This was one of the sticker or the ephemera pieces, and I just left it open for a photo. So those pop in there. And then you've got pockets here. I did add one on top of the top pocket to put these pieces in that I kind of created tickets out of, and then I used tags in those pockets. So I really love how this turned out. It's absolutely adorable. Again, this is Project 39 mini albums, and she made a really cute tutorial that's really fast and really easy. I love it. So you guys got to go check that out. So that was with the Creeping It Real paper collection. Now I don't have much left over. This is all I have left over from that. So I probably could do a few little things, but not much at all. This is the last of the Halloween. So this was let me find the sheet. Okay. All right, let's see. Last but not least, with this paper collection, with the Halloween, I found a tutorial that was done back in 2018. It was called a Jelly Jar Ghirardelli Holder, and it was by Rejoice and Create. I'll link that down below, but I did alter the sizes of these to make them a little bit taller because I wanted to make it fit the cut-aparts, okay? So basically, here's the first one. I decorated with some ephemera, and I just tied it shut with ribbon or seam binding, whatever I had that I thought looked good. And this one here has this button assembly that I've had forever that I finally decided to use. And this one here, this is another like button piece that you can get. It says trick or treat. And then this one has little witch feet. And then this one here has a little ghost. And I got these ghosts, you guys, at the spirit store. They had a bag of them, and they're flat backed, so you can glue them on anything. I made some into post earrings, and I used them in the little ingredient package, and then I used it on here as well. When you untie this, it looks like a little jelly jar, right? And then the idea is that you can put like a Ghirardelli chocolate or something and glue it here, and then you have that. And so I just wanted to make it a little bit taller, but I used her tutorial and just made it a little bit bigger so that I could resize it for the cut-aparts is the reason why I did it. And then you just tie it and you're good to go. So go check out her tutorial too. But anyways, these are really cute little treat holders. And they're about 1/4 inch wide, so they can do flat-ish candy. But because these are so big and so tall, I could actually put a bigger, you know, kind of candy in there and it'll work just fine. So I've got 5 of these cute little jelly jar pieces for treat holders. So that was the last of the Halloween. And then I wanted to do some Christmas. So this is what I'm telling you about how I kind of got into a tote kind of craze. So this tote was made by May Made It, and she just did a tutorial back in September. It's really cute. Apparently, I didn't know this. She does some sort of a Christmas card tote, stationery tote every year, and this was her offering for this year, and it's really cute. It goes together very fast. It has 2 pockets here, 2 pockets in the back. The center has a pocket, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you've got a little pocket in the front. It has a little magnet closure. On the sides, you have a little pocket here as well. And then here's the other side. And this was the paper that I used from this kit right here. So this was an Embellish It paper kit that I bought, and I have some bits left over, but these are right here is just all the pattern pieces that I have. So I have a few stickers. I have a few of these chipboard pieces. I have some of these. So the leftover bits, like ephemera bits that I have left over, I will go ahead and just put in my Christmas bin, and then I can use them on other projects later. But there's that. So then with this, you have to make cards to go with the tote. So there's some mini slimlines, and for these I did some paper piecing and used some of the chipboard pieces, stickers on the inside, and then these use regular, I don't know what you call them, but just regular half-size business envelopes or whatever you call them. and that works out really good. But she gives you all the sizes for all of this in the tutorial. And then here's the regular cards that I made. These are all, they have a little sticker on the inside. But all together, I think I made, how many cards did I make? I made 10 of these size, 4 of this size. So, very cute cards. So I needed some Christmas cards. That was one of my goals, is to make some more Christmas cards, which I did, and put them in this caddy. So those are super cute. So those go in the one pocket. I'll put these off to the side so you can kind of see now the divided pockets here. So then the other side, we have more cards. So they're all different. No two are alike. I love that. They were easy to put together. They were fun to put together. Yeah, and just take their regular 4.5 by 5, or 4.25 by 5.5 cards. So there's those, and then the slim lines again. I like this size. I never would have thought to do that size without her tutorial, so I'm pretty excited about that. And it was a great way to use up scraps too, kind of paper piece things together. So then in the middle of this is another pocket, okay? And then in that pocket, what you have is a notebook folio. So it's a real simple folio, but there's a nice big pocket. There's a place for a pen, little pen holder, and then you have your place for your notepad. And I didn't have any new notepads, so I just got one out of my desk because this one I'm keeping for myself. So it's partially used, but I'm going to get some more. But it was super easy to put together as well. And then it has a nice little magnet closure. Was able to use some of the chipboard pieces, and that goes right in the middle pocket. Okay, and then in the sides, what I did was this paper collection had little tags. So I cut the tags, punched holes, and then I used one of the stickers and backed it on some cardstock, and then I did twine around it so I can tie the tags to the presents. Okay, so I have these in this side, and then I have tags in this other side. Okay, because this paper collection came with tags. So this is, you know, like ready to go, you know, for Christmas. I think that's really fun. So the notepad and the cards, and then you can put, like, you know, stamps and, you know, whatever you need in those side pockets as well. All right, so I made that, and again, link to that tutorial is down below. Last but not least, I had some pieces of Let It Snow and pieces of Cabin Fever, and they matched pretty perfectly with the wood theme for some cards. And so what I did with that entire pack, except for the few little bits and pieces in here, and this is all the pattern paper I have left for that. There wasn't much. It was mostly cut aparts, and so I was pretty strategic, but I did end up getting a bunch of cards. So I used a lot of, you know, flat back pearls, and I had cut aparts, and I had some pattern paper, and I made some winter type cards. So not necessarily Christmas, but winter themed, and with the cut aparts and the chipboard pieces, the flat back pearls that I've added, made some really cute cards. So I've got a stash of these now as well, which will go really well with Christmas, right? Because it doesn't have to be a Christmas card. It could be a winter card. It can be a snow card, right? So these are fun, and they're all, again, different. Some of them I paper pieced together because I was getting down to it. So this one here I really paper pieced because I didn't have much left over, that's for sure. So there you go. So I had, let's see, how many did I make here? How many did I make? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I made 11 cards out of that paper collection. So that is what I made for the month of October. I had a whole ton of fun with all of this. Now, what I need to do is show you what I'm going to make in November. So, all right, guys. I need to, like, buckle down and start working on some Christmas stuff. And these are literally all I have in 6x6 paper for Christmas. So I'm going to try and do something with them, but they're all partial packs. I have used them before. This is Authentique, called Festive, and it was done in 2012, so it's quite old. I do have some pieces missing, but there's pretty papers and there's really nice colors, so we'll try and do something with that. I also have this one by Kaiser Craft, and I got this a long time ago, and I do have a partial pack of this as well. This, I don't know how old it is. Have no idea. But I don't have much of that either. So you can see I've used some of it already. But yeah, that's what I've got. Not a whole lot. Then I have these two pieces. These are SEI papers. And how old are they? Do not know. Can't tell. There's no date. But I'm going to try and use these. So again, 2 partial packs. Don't have much, but I'm going to make it work. So yeah, I don't have much at all. I don't have full packs. This is all I have for 6x6 papers for Christmas. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. They're going to be smaller projects, maybe cards, something like that, but I will endeavor to persevere, as one of my very good friends says, and I will figure this out. So that's what I'm going to use for November. And November is, again, focusing on 6x6 packs. Maybe I will add something in the mix as I go, because sometimes as I go I run out of paper and then I just add something. So we'll see what happens. But for now, because I need to kind of start focusing on serious Christmas stuff, I'm going to try and use these 3 6x6 packs up. And again, that's all I have for Christmas. That's it. I don't have any more 6x6 papers. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I might even sneak a 12x12 in there. I don't know. So we'll find out. So thanks for watching. Go check out all the other links in the hashtag paperstashsmash down below for all of the creators that are doing this project with us. And I will see you again soon with more projects. So stay crafty, and I will see you again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.